Welcome to Chapter 3, focusing on cognitive changes and adolescent cognition. This chapter will cover adolescent cognition and theoretical approaches, including the Piagetian view, information processing view, psychometric view, and adolescent egocentrism. We'll also discuss critical thinking and decision-making skills. Beginning with the Piagetian view, adolescents enter the stage of formal operations around 11 years of age. They become capable of abstract formal reasoning, focusing on the form of an argument rather than being distracted by its content. Piaget's formal operations include various types of reasoning, such as propositional, combinatorial, proportional, probabilistic, correlational, and abstract. Through these stages, mental operations become more abstract, complex, and logical, offering greater flexibility in thought processes. Abstract reasoning means adolescents are no longer limited to actual concrete experiences for thought. They can reason about make-believe and hypothetical situations. This is evident in their verbal problem-solving ability, allowing them to solve transitive inference problems presented verbally. Adolescents show increased metacognition, thinking about their own thoughts and others. Their thinking becomes abstract, reflective, and speculative. Formal operational thought is characterized by idealism and exploring possibilities, with thoughts often extending to fantasy and future possibilities. Hypothetical deductive reasoning allows adolescents to entertain many possibilities and test multiple solutions in a planned way. This involves developing and testing hypotheses, or hunches, and discarding those that do not work. Perspective thinking is the awareness that others have different thoughts about the same situation. Unlike young children, who are egocentric, adolescents are sociocentric, recognizing that others' viewpoints differ from their own. Second-degree thinking, as Piaget called it, is when adolescents reflect analytically on their own thinking, resulting in thinking about thinking. Another key feature of formal thought is the reversal of direction between reality and possibility. Combinational systems of operations involve the matrix of all possible combinations of all possible variables in a problem. An experiment determines which combination of 5 chemicals produces a specific result and which returns it to the original state. Thinking through hypotheses allows adolescents to think about different possibilities and test them, similar to how scientists conduct research. This contrasts with primary school children, who are often overwhelmed by concrete details. Adolescents can test even seemingly impossible hypotheses. Propositional analysis is another cognitive ability attained at this stage. It involves the capacity to follow and understand logical deductions based on 2 premises and a conclusion, as shown in the examples. Evaluating Piaget's theory reveals his profound contribution to understanding cognitive development, but inconsistencies exist. Some abstract logical problem-solving abilities develop earlier than described, while other acquisitions may develop later. Piaget's theory is limited in generalizability and doesn't account for cultural differences. It focuses mainly on normally functioning children and rarely mentions adult development. Formal operational competencies can extend with additional experiences, but no real structural change occurs during adulthood. The information processing view suggests that thinking is analogous to a computer's operation. We have long-term memory for knowledge, and thinking occurs when information from long-term memory is activated into short-term memory, combined with sensory input. Cognitive development involves developing short-term memory capacity, long-term knowledge, and the use of strategies. Influences on memory development include strategies, knowledge, metamemory, and capacity. Adolescents use cognitive strategies such as rehearsal, elaboration, and organization effectively. The information processing approach influences cognitive development and other areas like social development. Its strengths lie in expressing the complexity of thought, precise analysis of performance, and rigorous methodology. Weaknesses include metaphor shortcomings and neglecting the context of behavior. Moving to the psychometric view, Cattell and Horn's theory breaks intelligence into crystallized and fluid ability. Crystallized intelligence measures cultural knowledge breadth and depth. Fluid intelligence measures reasoning abilities, such as inductive and deductive reasoning, to solve problems. Both fluid and crystallized abilities increase through childhood and adolescence. However, during adulthood, fluid intelligence declines due to the deterioration of the nervous system, while crystallized intelligence increases with advancing years due to accumulated life experiences. Adolescent egocentrism is the heightened self-consciousness of adolescence, an immature aspect of thought. David Elkind suggests 2 types: the imaginary audience, believing others are preoccupied with the adolescent, and the personal fable. The personal fable refers to an adolescent's sense of personal uniqueness and indestructibility, leading to a belief that no one understands them. This also results in feelings of invulnerability, sometimes leading to risk-taking behaviors. Adolescence brings considerable variation in cognitive functioning. The most important cognitive change is the improvement in executive functioning, including higher-order cognitive activities like reasoning, decision-making, and critical thinking. Adolescence is a time of increased decision-making. Older adolescents are more competent than younger ones, who are more competent than children. Young adolescents are better at generating options, considering consequences, and evaluating sources. The dual process model suggests that decision-making is influenced by competing analytical and experiential systems. This model emphasizes that the experiential system, managing actual experiences, often benefits adolescent decision-making more than the analytical system. Some experts argue that adolescents benefit from both analytical and experiential systems. To improve decision-making, adolescents need more opportunities for practice, discussion, and engaging in role-playing and peer group problem-solving. Adolescence is a key period for critical thinking development. This depends on fundamental skills developed in childhood. Cognitive changes leading to improved critical thinking include increased information processing speed and capacity, more knowledge, and better strategies. Thank you for watching this video on adolescent cognition.